Hey Kate, this is Chris, and I wanted to make this video just to give you a couple of things to reinforce what we were doing at the lesson. You sounded really good. You sounded like you had a good grip on the song, and yeah, in general, things are looking pretty nice. So I did want to start with these A minor scales that we'll look at, and of course those will start on A. We'll use the same fingering for all three of these that we'll look at too. So the three big types of minor scales that you'll come up on are the natural minor, the harmonic minor, and there's this other thing called melodic minor, which I'm not going to cover right now, but I will cover the Dorian, just because I think you'll have some fun with that. So let's start with the basics here. The A natural minor is just the white keys up and down. So it'll go like this. Looks pretty good. I'm going to add an A minor chord to that. So 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. And then the harmonic minor is the one that adds the G sharp. And I'll do that one time for you. Very spooky. So what I like to do is practice those back to back. So I'll just make a loop out of it and put them together. Ready, go. Good job. Now the third one I wanted to show you is called the Dorian mode. It looks like this. Instead of the G sharp, we're going to have an F sharp here. I think this one's a lot more common for jazzy type stuff. So if you just play with the A minor chord, it sounds pretty good. But it also works with some other chords. G, notably, is a good one. So what I like to do is make a progression from A to G. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Just back and forth like that. And then up here, I'm going to keep, first I'll start with the scale. Okay, but once I'm comfortable with those notes, I can just kind of see that pattern on the keys. Basically just watching out for that F sharp. So I'm just trying to make short ideas out of a couple notes from there. And this is a little bit of a leap of faith, but you don't want to start so much on the A all the time. Again, you just want to make sure you're inside the scale. So I'm going to start on my C, and I'm just going to go for like 3-note patterns here. That's the idea, and of course you can get a little more exotic there. I'll give you one last example. Something along those lines. Cool. And then before we get out of scale mode, I wanted to show you this one too. So going back to the harmonic minor with the G sharp, you can practice that crossover that we have in the beginning of the song by doing this sort of thing. And staccato practice will help to get your technique very strong. So a good way to do it. All right, very nice. So those are some good warm-ups, and of course you can back the video up as much as you like to kind of review those. Let's go ahead and look at Joshua Fought the Battle here. So again, I think you're reading this one just fine. I'm going to go over the right-hand parts just to make sure you know where all the the tricky sharps and movements are. So I'll play the melody one time. G sharp and D. That's the one. All right, and then I'll go through the left hand with you real quick. It's gonna be A minor, 2, Res, 2, C and E, B and E, C and E, D and E, B, boom. Tricky measure. Doom, E, 2, A, E, A. I jumped a little early, actually. You can hit that A with the pinky. Cool. So let's go ahead and put those together. It's going to sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. I keep messing that up. That's actually a little faster. Those guys just kind of hook down. All right, cool. When you get to this next section, it's going to be 2 up to E. And your left hand stays, I know it's out of frame, but he's over there. All right, so that's going to be your bass line for this stuff. And you can read this part. I'll just play it for you one time. And then we have that cross over here is just that sort of thing. You want to come right back into position. Okay, so that chord is G sharp, D, and E. Call it E7. It's a wacky one, but it works. And there is some pedaling there that's pretty good. We got that. So I can let that ring as long as I want. I get back in position, and I lift the pedal when I start this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2. And that's an A minor chord, but over C. C, E, A, there at the end. Very nice. And again, I like this one for you. I think you've got a good handle on it already, and it'll be a nice one to be practicing. I'm going to play it one time for you just at a quick tempo, and just so you can have a reference to hear. All right, so let's think here. All right, so have some fun with that. Again, all good stuff to practice, and especially have some fun with that A Dorian thing. I think it'll work out well for you. All right, thanks, Kate. I'll talk to you guys soon, and yeah, have a good night.